up, brother? How are you? Hey, Antonio. Nice to meet you. How are you? Marco, nice to meet you, bro.
What does it really take to turn a $34,000 account into more than $800,000 in under 4 months, and over a decade, stack 11 million in trading profits? Today, we're spending a day in the life with Antonio Russo, futures trader, educator, and creator behind Big Gains Club. If you trade futures, this episode is for you. This isn't luck. It's a system. This is Antonio Russo, and this is how pros trade.
When my trading all started when I was in high school in 2014, and I was late at night, I would just watch videos on like how to make money. So like my parents didn't really, we didn't struggle, but we didn't have a lot of money. I was in high school and I couldn't trade. I didn't have a job or money to trade. Two, my parents wouldn't let me. Now I graduated at 17 from high school, a year before everybody else did. I had decent grades. I got accepted into like pretty decent colleges. I was like, I'm just going to join the army. My best friend had joined a year prior because he was older than me.
So right out of high school?
Right out of high school. Like I graduated in June, joined army in August.
Wow.
And they were offering a $20,000 enlistment bonus. And at $20,000, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be so rich after this. So I got my enlistment bonus, came back home, and then I now had some money. They give you about half up front. So whenever you get a bonus, you get 10,000 up front, and then 5,000 after a couple of years, 5,000 after a couple of years. And then after 6 months I was in, I think I saved up like maybe $10,000. It was not, I thought I was gonna come home with like 30, 40,000. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
By $10,000, I put 5,000 to buy like a really shitty car. And then the other 5,000 I put in my Robinhood account at the time, and then I was trying to trade. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I got really lucky that I had a history class in my college, and I sat in the back, and the guy next to me, he was trying to get into trading too. Like he taught me about options, because until then I was only doing penny stocks.
Okay.
And that was not going well. I was not making any money. I was losing money. So he would like, yo, Antonio, you gotta get into options trading. Like options is awesome. Trump's gonna be president. There's gonna be all these opportunities. We're gonna go to war. We're gonna buy all this war law, so we bought all these option calls for like LMT and all these, Boeing, all these war stocks. We're like, oh, Trump's gonna be president in 2016. We're cooking now. We lost all our money, but we would meet up, and I was living in California, so we would meet up before school, and we would try to trade together. So we tried to study charts, and I started doing pretty good with options, especially when it comes to like QQ, SPY, certain blue chip stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia.
So how many years would you say, from when you started learning in the army, how many years do you think it took until you started seeing some sort of results?
I would say about 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Now, I would say you can do a lot faster nowadays. The issue that I really found when I started is I didn't really have a direction. I was learning on my own on YouTube, and I watched 100 different videos from 100 different people, 100 different strategies. Where I think now, if you have the right knowledge, if you have the right direction, you could probably get it in like 6 months to a year. Like I see people have results like really, really well. So as you can see here with a stack of a bunch of equal highs right before the market. One of the main strategies I use, which is a retracement into my golden pocket, which is the 0.618 to 0.66. Well, of this, I'm only looking for shorts. I'm not looking for longs. I'm looking for the latest liquidity to get taken out. The liquidity comes in form of highs and lows. And when that gets taken out, I'm looking for the opposite trade. If we are just trying to move down and then we start retracing like this, I'm not going to short any of this because we have no liquidity there. So a lot of times it will be a V-shaped reversal right there. If you like what you heard, make sure you watch the full trade breakdown out right now on Alpha Futures YouTube channel.
All right, man. Coffee was good. Charts were boring. Nothing too crazy. So we're gonna
hopefully it picks up a bit. We can take a trade at the gym. No?
Yeah, we'll see.
We're not scared of that. People are like, oh my god, no, bro. Like, don't be scared.
We'll head over to the gym now. What we can do? You want to get a lift in? What do you play ball? What are we doing?
Yeah. So usually what I do is after a trade, I try to leave the charts because if I'm staying at home, I'm looking at my computer, I'm gonna want to take another trade. So I try to leave as soon as I'm done trading. I take my trades, win or loss. I go to the gym. And I'll start with a little bit of basketball. I like to play a little basketball. Usually there's no runs, there's no full-on games going in the morning. But I'll practice a little bit. I'll take some shots, and then I'll get my lift. That's how I get my warm-up and my cardio.
I want to get a rough idea of your trading morning. So you hop on the charts. Usually at what time you think?
Like 9:50 I'm on the charts. I don't do at this stage where I'm at my trading. I just know my strategy so well. I just know what I'm looking for so well that I don't really spend that half hour in the pre-market looking at things. I don't really do that anymore. Which I was not, when I first started, I was doing a lot more of that. A lot of the journaling, a lot of the back testing a lot more. But once if my strategy is working, I'm doing really well. I want to minimize anything that can change for that. I want to just keep it as it is. Don't want to learn anything new, and then just keep it rolling. That's the way you want to do when you find something that's working.
For the more newer trade, I think the biggest mistake these guys make is staying on the charts for too long, right? Like making these charts literally consume their lives.
Yeah, and I get it. Like when you're first starting out, and I was the same way, you're really excited. Like, oh, I want to make money. The more time I spend on it is the better. And there is some benefit to it when you're first starting out. Like your desk screen time is beneficial. But if you find yourself like every time you're looking at the screen, you need to be in a trade, that's when it becomes very, very harmful. That you're just trading so much. Because you have to ask yourself, let's say you have a strategy and you can find one A plus setup a day, right? That's pretty good. You can find one A plus setup a day. Now, 2, it's probably less likely every day. 3, much less likely. Now you're taking 5, 6 trades. You telling me that your strategy can find 6 A plus setups within the first 2 hours of the New York session? I find it hard to believe, unless maybe you're finding some micro scalping strategy. So you have to ask yourself that, how many like A plus setups trades can you find? And more likely it's going to be 1 or 2 a day, maybe 0 a day, depending on the day. Like today we opened up 30 minutes at the open, every 1 minute candle was green and then red. So I'm not really looking for anything like that.
So were you always big into the gym, or like do you think when you're in the military, obviously they promote you have to be a fit person, right?
I was always like into like fitness in general, like whatever sports in high school. When I was in high school, I still would hit the gym. So yeah, I was always like, just something about it. I don't know. It just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I hate feeling like, overweight. I hate just, I like to stay fit. So it's always like something I enjoy before trading, after trading. It's just something like who I am.
Physically, mentally.
Yeah. It's big. And like when I look in the mirror, I like to be happy with what I'm looking at. I don't want to feel like, there was a period of time that I couldn't hit the gym like during COVID because in California, they like shut them down for a year.
Yeah.
I felt like shit the whole time. So I make it a point and I have a lot of free time and like what else am I going to be doing? Staying at home, watching movies, eating. So I try to take care of myself. Not just doing, but like eating really healthy too. Like I get like a meal preps every day, like those sort of deals. And my girl, she's the same way, so it works out very nicely.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. But that, we gotta cut that part out.
How bad is my form, bro? Oh gosh.
Form wasn't bad, the aim. You're putting your feet too much together. Keep them spread out, like even with your shoulders. Yeah, a little bit like that, and then it's just like a flick.
My shots go right.
Ruin your aim, like look. He's not looking, I'm showing him the form and he's not looking, bro.
Quick 1v1, first to 3.
Everything's a 1, or we're doing 3-pointers too?
Yeah, we'll do 3-pointers too. All right.
You get the ball.
You're
gonna
kill me, but I'm open to get killed.
Oh wow, it didn't go in. Damn, not going.
Yeah, this is not a good look.
Huh. 2-0. You gotta shoot. Oh!
I mean, it was to be expected.
It's a good effort.
It was to be expected. So when did you start seeing those results in trading? Did it take you a couple of years? And how did it feel once you started actually making money consistently?
So to see some consistent results was about 3.5, 4 years in. So it was actually at a really important time in my life. So I was graduating community college and I had given day trading a chance. And I was finally starting to see results and I was like, do I go to college and invest $20,000 a semester, or do I quit for the year and just focus on trading? My very first day of my full university, I made $5,000, which was one of my biggest days at the time. And that was the haha moment. It's like, you know what? It's time for me to give this like a real chance, give up on everything and only focus on this.
Okay. You've mentioned before about how trading is difficult because it's just only you, right? You go to school, even your family will push you to go. However, in trading, it's just you. It's you versus you. So how did you approach that? What motivated you to show up every single day?
I think the biggest thing is you have to be disciplined. So a lot of people get into trading, they'll watch a video, they get excited, watch someone's lifestyle, and the excitement is very short-lived. But if you can find the discipline and the routine to, hey, I don't feel like trading today, but I'm still gonna show up to the charts, still gonna follow my plan, I'm still gonna journal, I'm still gonna do all the really boring things, whether you're motivated or not, that's what really matters. Like with school, I didn't wanna go to school every day. But guess what? You have your parents. You have to graduate, high school or middle school, wherever you are at, and that's the big difference. Is trading, nobody cares if you don't do anything. So it's very easy for somebody to just give up with that because nobody's there to motivate you, to push you. But in the other parts of life, we always have something that makes us finish that job or that task, whatever it is.
People will stay consistent over the course of a couple months, right? And then they hit a rough period. Maybe they're losing for weeks or even months straight, and then they just stop, right? And that's what
it's like the gym, right? Like first day of the year, the gyms are packed.
Yep.
Everybody's like, I'm motivated. This is my year. I'm getting shape. Then you show up February 1st, a month later, half those people are gone.
Yeah.
Within 3 months, 80% of them are gone. Same goes with trading. They get excited 1 week, 2 weeks. First red week, first obstacle, half have left. That's why with the statistics that 90% of traders quit 95%, because at the end of the day, there's nothing there pushing them if they're not actually disciplined, if they're just motivated because they see something on social media.
So how was your overall, like your family and your friends supporting you when you weren't doing well in trading yet versus when you started doing well?
They wanted me to stop trading. They're like, what the hell are you doing? You're losing money. For a long time, I held a resentment towards my family because they didn't believe in me. Because I'm like, I can do this. But as I got older, I understood that's like they just cared about me. They were like, hey, we don't think this is a viable option. But the reason we're saying that is because they never met somebody that did it. So it's really hard for them to see the vision that I had. Now they're fully supportive of it. They're very happy I did it. And they ask me questions about trading. He starts getting into investing. And I've put away that resentment that I had for a long time. As I got older, I understood that's like, hey, they just want the best for me.
Of course.
And in their eyes, since especially they came from Italy, like nobody was a trader. They didn't know what trading was. They didn't even know if it was legal. My parents were like, is this even legal that you're doing? Like, don't you need to work on Wall Street or something like that? And that was where I had to show them with the results.
All right, so we just came back to Antonio's place. We're just switching cars. We're gonna go grab a quick bite to eat. I mean, so obviously being a trader, we hop on the charts in the morning and sometimes you're only trading for like 30 minutes, right? There's so much time in the day. What do you typically like to fill your days up with? How do you keep yourself busy?
I really like going to the casino. So I like to make more money. I'm really good at counting cards for blackjack. So
come on.
Yeah. We do real well. I honestly go 4 times a week. There's a couple we can still play at. I go with a good friend of mine. He's good at counting cards too, and then we go on the high limit, get one of those no mid-show entry tables so nobody else can play with us, and then we start rinsing it. And then we also have fun. We're at the casino, we'll play a little dice, we'll play a little bit of roulette that just, off the profits we'll make off blackjack. So that's something I really enjoy doing.
Have you had a really wild win at the casino?
Yeah, well, I've had plenty. Which one you gonna start at?
What's your most memorable? One of your biggest wins?
I'd say most memorable was not on blackjack, was on dice. So I was, to play dice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You have, so pretty much anything but a 7, you win. So I'm rolling and I have every combination except the 3. So I'm waiting for a 3 and we're all gonna hit, everybody at the table splitting bonus, we're gonna hit this 32 to 1 bonus. I got $500 on the bonus, so it will be 32 times 500.
Yeah.
I roll the die. One of the dice, as I roll it, pops up in the air. There's a guy across from me on the other end of the craps table, hits him on the chest. He chests it back in. My one die was a 2. As he chests back in, it's a 1. It's the 3. We all, moment of silence, we all just look at the dealer of the craps table to see if is it valid, is it not valid, is it bounced up?
Yeah, true.
Hit a guy in the chest,
Yeah,
what's happening? The guy looks around, thumbs up, the table was packed, jump up, everybody's screaming, everybody's happy,
So $500 bet,
32.
32. So 16.
But just the way it happened in a way that's almost like at the movie. Dude, if you saw that scene in the movie, you'd be like, that's fucking bullshit. That would never happen. The die rolls up in the air, hits the guy in the chest, rolls back in. It's the number 3 that you've been waiting on after 20 rolls. Just the whole way. And table was packed. People were jumping up in the air, drinks everywhere. It's my second time ever playing craps, actually rolling.
Yeah.
It was just that was the most fun. I don't know if it was the most money ever made, but that was the most wow, that was
one of the most memorable.
I want to gamble every day. Terrible. But that was the most memorable. On blackjack, I've had some crazy split 7 4 ways against the dealer 5, a double down hole of them, some crazy shit that you typically wouldn't do. But if you have the count towards you, you want to double down to 21.
Yeah.
People are like, what the fuck are you doing? But it's the true count of +5. you can double down to 21. Right? You can do crazy shit like that. That's like in the blackjack, but they're not as fun as the blackjack is like one-on-one.
Of
right?
course.
And I'm very locked in. Like I'm here to make money. I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to like count the cards, really focus. But then when on the craps table, I'm here just to enjoy. I lose the money. I lose the money.
It's pure fun. It's actual gambling.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people around you. It's crazy. I have friends there. We're all like betting on the bonuses. Like that was just like awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wild. Obviously, you've done very well for yourself in the trading space, and there's definitely a lot of traders out there that look up to you. They aspire to be in the position you're in, right? What would be your best advice to these up-and-coming traders, these traders that are learning to do what you do every single day?
I would say two things. Number one, understand as a trader, your number one job is to be a risk manager first. And number two, never give up on your goals and your dreams. There'll be a lot of ups and downs, especially when you're first starting out. And just stick to it, believe in the process, detach yourself from the money. And before you know it, you will get to your goal. Like when I first started, I couldn't see myself where I'm at now. And then I just stuck it out, focused on the process. And before I know it, I'm like, wow, I just actually achieved what I thought I was gonna do.